That's where I came out yesterday. There's a little parking area right down there. Now I'm gonna do the first half of my hike. It's actually cool out, so hopefully this won't be as bad as yesterday. I don't know what I touched, but I have like this black streak all over my arm. I haven't even gone into the woods yet. The trail that I'm gonna turn off on isn't marked on far out. So I'm going to use the amphitheater trail, which shouldn't be that far away from my turning point. So this is going to be roughly a 7.3 section, probably actually like 7.2. And then I'll go out later in the day and do the other section, maybe like 5. I don't want to be out in the dark, but I don't want to be out in the heat of the day. And I think that one, if the total mileage is 14.1, that one's probably like just barely under 7. This is the turnoff for Pinefield Hut, which means we've come to our first climb of the day. I think there's 4 in total in this half. There's like 3 in the other half, starting with that climb that felt like it lasted forever. I don't know what it is, but it's all over. Here's what I'm working with this morning. Started back here. Now I'm somewhere up there, about half mile to the top. There's down, a little up, a bigger down, a bigger up, and then like more of a gradual one back up to Loft Mountain. And then I get to take a break. There's more ascent than descent. It's roughly 7.2 miles, and the average grade is 8.8%. I think we're at the top of this mountain now. Only took like 50 minutes. There's a fire here at some point. See the rabbit there? It's weird that this section is grass, because you'd think it'd be dirt or gravel like the other ones, and it's not. There's a bunch of these white flowers over here. Not really visible on the camera, but I promise they're there. Path is also now looking more like a path. I wonder if that's a new section that hasn't been broken in yet. I was looking at the map, and if I go out to Blackrock Gap and hike back, I'm going to be going all uphill, and I don't want to do that. But if I go from the campground down, then it's mostly downhill. So I think I'm going to change that. Instead of going north, I'm going to go south, which is what I've been doing for this rest of the sections. And hopefully I can leave a little earlier then, because it's 7-ish miles. I have to put a waypoint down when I get to that other trail and then see how far it actually is, but being mostly downhill probably won't take nearly as long as going uphill has. You can see these ones better. They're right off the trail instead of being like 10 feet away from the trail. We've come out of the woods to the Ivy Creek overlook. We have a little bit more down, and then we do the shortest up of this section. This is gross fungus. A little blurb about the AT. I did not finish with a renewed spirit. I was just done. Some volunteers. And here we go. Got some stone steps here. Going up the small climb of the day. There's a view going up this climb. I have about 0.2 left to the top, and then down. When I get to the bottom, I'm gonna take my pack off and take a little break. Should have 5 miles left to the campground now. It's not especially hot right now, but it is super muggy already. I think there's 2 more climbs. There's a big climb, which is why I'm going to take a break at the next gap, and then more of a gradual one going up to the campground. I haven't passed any people today. I think that's a little weird, but I guess I slept in, or I mean, the AT in Shenandoah isn't exactly the most scenic place. There's not really anything cool like waterfalls to look at, so I don't really blame people for not being on this trail. It's also looking at the map, and if I go this way, there's more down than up. But if I go the other way, there's more up than down. So I might walk south, because like, look, this is pretty gradual. There's a little tiny up, and then this is really the only big up, but even then it's not like super steep looking. And then this is a piece of cake. And then Bitin. I think these are black raspberries. This almost looks like an apple tree of some kind, because it's got the flowers. Reach the top. I'm gonna head 0.9 down to the creek, take a break, and then do the next climb, which I think is gonna be like a mile. There's another view. Probably a good place to sit and eat lunch. I like the orange ones. I'm walking up to Ivy Creek, right, and I'm like, wow, this is so pretty. And then I'm like, ow, 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 what is going on? And this bug is biting the hell out of me. I don't even know what it was. But the sting relief stuff that I have is dry, so it's bad. So I'm hoping the Aleve can do something, because I wouldn't even know what it was. It looked like a bee. Look at that. Put a Band-Aid and some Neosporin on it. That seems to be helping. But it was those little like packets of the Neosporin kind of stuff, so I didn't know what to do with the rest of it because I didn't bring like a little bag. So I smeared it on all the other little scrapes that I have. The poison litter of kittens has been scratching me up. Hemlock did that one, took off a layer of skin. Stingray did this one. I've already wiped it all over the place, so that was a mistake. It is 10:15. There's 1.6 miles up to the top of this mountain, and then 4.1 to the amphitheater trail. So hopefully it's only 4 miles through the turnoff, and then I can take a little break, get some food, and then go out later in the day. I am 0.6 up down this trail. Where's the marker? There's the marker. Down this trail is, I think, a PHEC cabin and a water source. I'm 1 mile from the top, and I'm 0.4 from the point where it's no longer going straight up. So hopefully that will not be as hard. And then I was hoping to be done by like 12:15, but it's 10:45 now. I've still got 3.5 miles, so I don't think that's going to happen. But I'll be done by 1 unless I get bit by another bug or fall down or something. Fun fact, while I catch my breath, this mountain that we're currently going up but not summiting is Lost Mountain. The mountain that the Lost Mountain campground is on is actually Big Flat Mountain, which I guess is not a great name for a campground. Big Flat Mountain Campground. Too mouthy. Sounds kind of lame, honestly. So, this is Lost Mountain. Another view. I like this section has more views than the other ones I've done. Pinefield Gap is 4.8 back. Lost Mountain is 1.3. So this, oh my god, there's a bug. This looks like a viewpoint. I'm gonna walk down and look at it. This is the turnoff for the Fraser Discovery Trail. That'll take you down to the Lost Mountain Wayside, which is at the turnoff for the campground. If you want to go to the campground, don't take this. For people taking pictures up there, but that is a really nice open view. A lot of the views have like trees and bushes and stuff in the way, and Shenandoah will cut them back periodically, but that one doesn't look like it's usually a problem. There's also some flat spaces, sit and have lunch, or like I said, you can walk down to that wayside. Another view just south of that one. I don't know if you can see the road, like over there. Second marker, if you want to go to the wayside, it's 1/2 mile down. I guess the Fraser makes a loop over here. Lost Mountain is 1.2 ahead. I have about 2 miles left to the turnoff trail. It's 11:45, so it's probably gonna be 1 o'clock by the time I get there. I'm hoping this will be like a gentle uphill, because the trail, like all of the campgrounds, like skirts around it. So hopefully it's not like going up, and then really steeply. It's more of like a gentle thing, like what this is doing, where it's kind of up, but it's nice. I wonder what the difference is between here and yesterday's section, because most of the wine berries I've seen haven't even opened up yet, which is disappointing. Just encountered my first people of the day. Looked like a group that was out for like the weekend. They didn't look quite dirty enough to be through hikers, but they could have been. Oh, these bugs are crazy. Is it the elevation? Is there better weather? I don't understand. There's like that one right there. It's just starting to open. Then all these other ones aren't even thinking about it. This is the turnoff for the camp store, 70 yards ahead. This is Lost Mountain, still 0.3. Not sure which one that's pointing to, but the camp store is just up there. Black Mountain goes this way. We're going almost all the way around, so it's still a mile after the .3. I was just informed that somewhere up here there's a berry bush with a copperhead near it. So I will not be trying to get berries. Usually I like stick my pole in there and switch it around if I have to step in, but I hope it's still there because I want to see one. The only one I've seen is a little baby one. Just passed a man and his, it was a Frenchie, and his son. They didn't say anything about a snake, so either it's not there anymore or they didn't see it. He didn't say how far ahead it was, but there is a berry bush right here, so who knows. I was looking for it and it still scared me. It's a good sized one. Not quite as big as rattlesnakes, but definitely bigger than the little baby one I saw. Just looks like a rock over there. They must not have seen it, which good they didn't run into it, because I have a friend who was bit by one of them in middle school. It was not a good experience for her. There's a trail marker for Loft Mountain here. Take that one. Oh no. That's where you'll go up. The ranger station where you gotta check in is on the opposite side. My trail that I want to do is over here. I'm not sure why it's cut off, but we're almost there. Another view of the trees right off trail. And there's a couple of these that lead up to the campground. Mine should be the next one. This is where I'm gonna split off. Looks like it's a 0.1 hike up. And then I'll come back later and finish this. Take that little trail uphill. And then you're in the campground. I'm going to lose my mind. You see that black thing like right in the center of the screen? That is a little tiny tick. How am I supposed to find those on me? It's 4 o'clock. I'm going back out. It took me 5 hours to do that first one, so I don't want to be out too late. But I have a new Shenandoah trekking pole. I think it's made of aluminum. Hopefully it won't feel too weird because it's definitely heavier than my carbon fiber one, but I have really hated only having one pole. Blackrock Gap is 6.9 from here. Technically I only need to go to the shelter to complete it, but there isn't a road there, so I have to go extra a little bit. And the first part is downhill, second part is an uphill, and then it's that like mile down, but that was like a really nice mile, or at least the half mile that I was on. So trail marker for the amphitheater, 0.3, camp store 0.4. Just go up this little trail here. I don't need to go there. Apparently there was a bunch of thru hikers in there earlier. My dad was buying the pole. There's a lot more out than I thought there would be, but I was also out here kind of late, so I guess it's not that surprising. It is almost 5 o'clock. I am almost 2 miles in, I think, like 1.7. So I am almost back to doing 2 miles an hour, 1.56. There's 1.6 miles to this gap, and then just have to go up there. It doesn't look too horrendous. And then go down to Blackrock Gap, which I turned off the GPS. Is in 5.3 miles. come out of the woods to Doyle's River Overlook. I've made it to Brown's Gap. It means I'm 3 miles in and I have 3.8 to go. There's the sign behind all the grass. That might be Doyle River. I think I gotta walk a little up the road where the two skies are. Look at this mushroom growing in the tree. This is the turnoff for the Dundo picnic grounds. 150 feet uphill. I'm gonna keep going because it's semi-flat and then it's like the big steepest looking climb. I'm at the Jones Run Falls Trailhead. I was looking for these hiking sticks, and of course now that I have a replacement one, I don't need it anymore. I am 2.5 miles from the end. I have a 1.3 mile climb, and it's 6 o'clock, so I'm actually making good time, but I think this is gonna eat up all the good that I did. Since we're almost at the spot where I hurt myself, I thought I would actually explain what happened, sort of, or like where it hurt. So like this inner muscle here is what hurt. And so like lifting my leg up like that was a no, but I could do this. So like I could walk backwards, but I could not walk uphill because obviously you gotta lift your leg up. And that hurt like hell. So I would not have been able to keep hiking like that. This road looks so smooth compared to the paving they did closer to Swift Run Gap. Blackrock Summit, 0.7. Blackrock Hut Spring, 1.7. And Brown Gap is 1.4 back. Doesn't say anything else. Guess we're not going to the summit because far out says it's 1.1 to the top of our path, which is fine. This says it's 0.5. Can I just not read, or do they have the wrong number on the other one? Far out says 0.6, although they're not always correct either. Getting close to the top. Go off to the left, you have, I can't even read that, Trey something mountain, trail, Blackrock Summit, there's mountains trail, I think it's that way. And then, ooh, my legs are giving out. Blackrock Summit 0.3, Blackrock Gap 1.5. Right up this way. I think we're at the summit now. This looks just like that area in Pennsylvania. I think it's Lehigh Gap. But I don't have to climb up there because I do not want to. Wow, look at all these rocks. How did rocks get here like this? Did a mountain explode? Because like, everywhere else has trees. Whoop. Almost fell and died. Here's the giant rocks from the side where the sun isn't directly in our face. Still has a nice view. A little viewpoint down here. Wow, look at those other piles of rocks. One last look at the pile of rocks. Say goodbye. These are some strong vines. Or possibly it's stuck on the tree there. I'm on the descent. Should be reaching the shelter soon. And then I will have connected these sections. We've connected the dots. Well, good news, they took out that tree that I fell over last time. Didn't have to climb over that once more. And we're down at the road. I'm gonna follow the AT, I think it's like 0.1 or 0.2 down to the trailhead. I would walk, but the road is pretty busy because it's summer. And I don't want to risk getting hit. Last time I walked this path, I was thinking everything will be fine if I can get to the shelter. I just need to rest and I'll feel better. But then actually when I rested, it made it worse. So, don't push yourself too hard. If you're first starting out, set like a hard cutoff for how many miles you're gonna do. Say you're gonna do 8 miles. Do not do more than that, no matter how good you feel. This is our campsite here. There's a bear box, picnic table, there's a fire ring, bring your own chairs. Back here is the bathhouse. If we walk over here, there's a little water fountain. And then the porta potties from the power was out, but it appears to be back on now.